Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Together, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and cry and do the right. righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah, and we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I say, watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I and I should never hold thy peace, while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and cry, fight down war and cry, Rastafari, war and cry, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, we love all, and we love Jah, Jah, me love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, me love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, me love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
In a frantic bid this morning to assist the minister in finding over $800 million worth of contract and procurement documents, we are saying to the minister, lift your mother's skirt up. Debris have a peculiar way of blowing into unusual dark places. Minister, lift your mother's skirt up. This morning, it is us and the drunken sailor babies of St. Elizabeth. Dr. Dawes has just released episode 3, which speaks to procurement, which is how our money gets swindled from the public purse. Good morning and welcome to Global TV. Coming like someone who got rumbar this last night and never sleep. Oh no do. Morning, everyone. Welcome. Flight Green said, you remember last year the Auditor General told us that local government told them that rats and cockroaches and all sorts run off with procurement document. Now, $870 million worth of minutes and notes have gone lost. Just so. These people like to speak to us like we're idiots. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us. We're helping the drunken sailor babies of St. Elizabeth to find the missing contract and procurement document that has gone missing. So put on a water boot, gloved up, and helmet and everything. We're on a search for billions in procurement and contract documents. All right? Honor to my peeps. Wayne Evans, good morning. Suzette Williams. Debian, good morning. Barbara Simpson, Opal Watson, good morning. Marcia Gale, Jamrack 8766. Good morning, all, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go straight to Procurement 101, our episode 3, where Dr. Dawes is going to explain how to get away with financial murder. The financial murder that we see billions and millions go missing in various departments and agencies of government. So Dr. Dawes is going to help us in episode 3 of UC and Life Support to understand how they, the politicians, get away with financial murder. Because Slide Green said them last, Slide Green said $870 million worth of notes were just inadvertently lost. Inadvertently lost. Yeah, that's what they say. Let's listen to how $870 million worth of notes and minutes just get up so. And mind you, they must have blown away before Melissa come.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alfred Dawes, and this is UC on Life Support. In our first 2 episodes, we outlined the history and regional significance of the UHII, the infrastructure and supplies crisis, and the staffing concerns. Today, we connect these failures to the system that enables them: procurement. This is about how public money disappears, how basic needs go unmet while millions are spent elsewhere. Long before the Auditor General's report landed in Parliament, the staff at the UHII were asking the same questions we are asking now. In one letter, consultants formally requested further information regarding what the procurement process entails. They wanted to know who are the persons responsible for generating the needs list that guide the procurement process. Do consultants and frontline staff have any say in what items are required and ordered? Are the procurement documents available as public records, past and present? These are not technical questions. These are governance issues. If the people treating patients don't know who decide what the hospital buys, how then can procurement reflect clinical priorities? The answer, as we know now, is that it simply doesn't. The consultants documented that despite the lack of basic equipment and supplies, there seems to be a strong motivation by the hospital management to procure items that have not been requested by senior medical staff. They wrote plainly, "This raises questions regarding financial and accounting practices of the hospital." The Auditor General confirmed every single concern that the staff had raised. And even worse, the UHII failed to provide procurement documentation for 51 contracts valued at $521 million. No requisitions, no tender documents, no bid submissions, no evaluation reports, nothing. The Auditor General stated that this served to corrupt the process engaged to procure goods, services, and works. But the problems went deeper. The UHII routinely engaged in what the Auditor General called retrospective procurement, inviting suppliers to bid for goods and services after they had already been delivered and the works already completed. The bid invitations implied that a legitimate competitive process had taken place when in fact the outcome was already predetermined. If this sounds familiar, it is due to the fact that another Ministry of Health and Wellness scandal recently featured payment for services after the fact, but were labeled as reimbursements. Examples of this included the purchase of 41 laptops and renovations to multiple facilities: the staff clinic, the occupational building, doctor's quarters, daycare nursery, wards 17 to 20, and the Wi-Fi building, valued at a whopping $69.2 million, where the UHII only began inviting bids after the goods were delivered and the works completed. The hospital also spent $186,600 on consultants, supposedly to develop strategic and operational reviews. Yet, when the auditors asked for the approved strategic plans done by those consultants, they could not be provided. Money paid out and nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing. The UHWI misused its status to import $76 million worth of goods for 4 private companies, costing taxpayers $23.1 million in lost revenue. In one case, the hospital imported cups and dishes for a private company, then purchased those same items back for $6.9 million. In another, waste bins worth $6.6 million were imported for a private entity, saving them $3 million in duties. Then the UHWI turned around and bought the bins back for $11 million and covered the remaining import duties of nearly $1 million. Again, we have seen this pattern before. Remember that neurosurgical drill that was bought by the Southeast Regional Health Authority and brought in duty-free, saving the company millions of dollars in taxes, and later sold to the same Sarah for $31 million? Is there a common thread to all this, we must ask? The UHWI scandal is not isolated. It is a part of a systemic procurement crisis across the Ministry of Health and Wellness. In October 2025, the Integrity Commission released a damning report on the ministry's misuse of direct contracting, a procurement method meant only for contracts under $500,000 or in genuine emergencies. The commission found that 15 contracts totaling $78.6 million were awarded using direct contracting in direct breach of the Ministry of Finance guidelines. The report also found that the minister created a perceived conflict of interest and that he appeared to advance private interests. While the commission stopped short of calling it criminal, it described the conduct as ethically problematic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the same pattern was seen. An Auditor General report found that the Ministry of Health and Wellness made payments totaling $337 million to 7 hotels for quarantine facilities, but yet they only had formal contracts with only 1. The 6 providers without contracts received a total of $293 million. The ministry also paid $124 million to 8 suppliers for infrastructural works without any contracts in place, and did not report this to the National Contracts Commission in the justification for using direct contracting. There were also regulatory breaches in the preparation of payment vouchers, with the Auditor General noting weaknesses in controls over the COVID-19 fixed asset acquisitions and an inability to confirm how $174 million transferred to other agencies was used. The absence of procurement documents to justify the $561 million spent at UWI is a cause for concern, especially in light of overpricing and manipulation of the bidding process seen in the Ministry of Health. There was a $31 million neurosurgical drill purchased for the Bustamante Hospital for Children in 2025 that highlighted this practice. I then raised serious questions about the procurement process, alleging that the drill was overpriced and that bid manipulation had occurred. I also pointed out that comparable neurosurgical drills are available internationally for a fraction of the cost, between $3 million and $5 million. Yet SARA, the Southeast Regional Health Authority, approved a $31 million purchase as a result of the vendors breaking up the drill set and pricing each component, even the power cord, separately. Court documents filed by the supplier reveal that the Ministry of Health itself was the importer of the drill and that the procurement was facilitated through standard operating procedures. Yet SARA, in its public statements, never disclosed the ministry's role in facilitating the imports. Despite the threats of lawsuits that I received, that my allegations were false and defamatory, this procurement of the neurosurgical drill is currently being investigated by the Integrity Commission. This is the same minister who, after the Integrity Commission exposed the improper $80 million contracts, spoke about strengthening procurement practices. The same minister who assured the country that systems were sound, even as scandal after scandal emerged. So how does this really work? How do you award hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts with no documentation whatsoever? How do you bypass competitive bidding, misuse tax exemptions, and overpay for basic equipment, all while telling the public that everything is fine? Well, here's the playbook. 1. Sideline the clinicians. Keep the frontline doctors and consultants, nurses, and the end users out of the procurement decision-making process. That way, the needs list reflects management priorities, not patient care and staff priorities. If they are to be included, give them an option that is impossible to select when compared with the option that you want to be seen as chosen through a process that is above board. 2. Use retrospective procurement. Award contracts, receive goods, complete works, then hold a fake bidding process after the fact to create the appearance of compliance. 3. Abuse emergency provisions. Use the direct contracting and single source methods for contracts that should go to competitive tender, citing urgency even when no genuine emergency exists. 4. Don't keep records. If there are no contracts, no evaluation reports, no procurement files, then auditors cannot prove anything was done improperly. 5. Protect the powerful. When scandals break, create a review committee to kill the story, issue vague statements about procedural improvements, and wait for the news cycle to move on. And 6, splinter the contracts so they do not meet the threshold for further interrogation. This is how a ministry gets away with financial murder. This is not about one drill, one hospital, or one scandal. This is about a system designed and maintained to reward the connected and punish the honest. A system where $521 million can be spent without a single piece of documentation, where tax exemptions meant to protect the patients are used to enrich private companies, and where the minister responsible continues to insist that everything is irie and under control. In the next episode, we look at the people at the center of this system, the Manchester boys they call them, and how their leadership has created a culture where speaking up is dangerous and accountability is optional. I am Dr. Alfred Dawes, and this has been UC on Life Support.
Wow. You've just heard the explanation to an organized criminal network run across the Ministry of Health and the University Hospital. That's not it, although this very practice that Dr. Dawes just explained, the criminal organization, the organized crimes that Dr. Dawes just explained that goes on in healthcare. This is not limited to healthcare. This runs right across government. It is why Floyd Green can come out and tell us. Let me tell you what Floyd Green says. It is why they is. Hold on there. I want to say to Pamela Monroe, Auditor General warned land agency opening door to fraud by not doing bank reconciliation. I'll look at that some other time. Let us look at what Floyd Green said. One Dr. Dawes about here. Hey, the next episode I got interested in. The next episode I got interesting. The Manchester boys are Carl Bruce and Christoph Dunn. The Manchester boys or Christopherton and Carl Bruce. This episode, we're one, no. If Dr. Daz sneezed, Andrew Holness and Christopher Tufton blow black pepper in them direction. If Dr. Daz sneezed, Andrew Holness, Chris Tufton, and Carl Bruce and Ivor Crandon blow black pepper in a Dr. Daz's face. So that's supposed to tell us, say, we're watching. That's supposed to tell us, say, with eye wide open. What did the minister say? The drunken sailor baby, rather. Now, the other drunken sailor baby of St. Elizabeth said, Agriculture minister say, while minutes from virtual procurements committee meeting involving 870 million in contracts were inadvertently lost, possibly blown up somewhere on the flight green mother's skirt. You know, things have a way of getting blown. Ask Melissa. Ask the people of Southwest St. Elizabeth. Ask the people of Eastern, Western, and Central Westmoreland. Or look across parity upon the camera them. If you know, the people things get blown all direction, so we can look up somewhere flight green. Them inadvertently last documents there, we might just buck up on them wrinkled, wet up, or something. Anyway, the contracts were properly awarded, said the minister. His response followed the Auditor General Department conclusion that transparency in processes were compromised. The total sum of approximately 870 million referenced in the report was expended in bona fide contract, contract in good faith. And there were no allegation of malfeasance. The ministry said in a statement on Monday, responding to the Auditor General. They got lost, Floyd Green. Possible up your mother's skirt. Possible up your deep backside hole as well, where you swap out with rather asset to young boy if it draw you to village and gutters. You hear me sound if you stop talk to me like we're idiot because them something that will make me come out here and go on like even worse or a idiot. Now, let's go to a news clipping in relation to the farmers, and you will see how this devil, this drunken sailor baby of Southwest St. Elizabeth has destroyed farming in our country.
First this evening, a dramatic twist in the nation's food chain.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, farmers cried out over empty fields and scarce produce.
Now, just months later, the problem has flipped.
From lettuce and cucumbers to pak choy and pumpkin, crops are overflowing and rotting in the fields.
As Sandy Williams reports, abundance has turned into waste.
In Boghole, Clarendon, the land is alive. As far as the eye can see, fresh green lettuce rooted firmly in the soil, neatly sown in straight lines and rows. Not far away, pak choy, healthy, tall, some already blooming. Young vegetables springing up with promise. But not every green field tells a success story.
Take a look around. These pale, wilted heads of pak choy are still rooted in the soil, but they're already written off. Farmers here in Boghole say this entire field of pak choy was deliberately burnt, not because it failed, but because it produced too much, and now acres of food lie abandoned.
Nearby, the sheen has already been reaped, waiting, hopefully for a market. For farmer Patrick Blair, the problem isn't production, it's survival.
Since the hurricane, farmers in this era went out trying to beat the system, but the system beat us. Sorry, because what has happened, there are people who supply the hotel and they normally come in this era to purchase vegetable crop. But ever since the shutdown of some of the hotels, the things kind of slow.
The cost of farming, however, hasn't slowed at all.
And it is 50,000 a year for land preparation. That's ready to plant. And it's about $10,400 for a bag, 100-pound fertilizer. Depends on the one that you use. And we have to pay $5,000 a day for labor work, plus lunch. So financially, it beat us bad.
In Maypen, the crop of contention is pumpkin, and plenty of it. Pumpkin vines sprawl heavy and green, their fruit fat and ready, dotting the field like scattered gold. The land has done its job, every pumpkin full, firm, and fit for a table. But there are no buyers, no trucks, no voices bargaining at the farm.
So me have a 10-acre piece of pumpkin here, and no market feed, no market, just a few local higla. Pass through now and then. So me just tell myself, say better me try sell it out to the government. Hospital, the prison, all them institution there. Then can just take it and just feed them.
Ironically, Hurricane Melissa helped his crop, bringing the water pumpkins need to grow, but prices are falling fast.
The last price when me get, it just derail from this and come back right at $130 right now. Anybody come with us sell out it for the $130 because it's going down, it's not going up back like where it is a couple of weeks.
Farmers say after months of labor and time, not even money is what's being wasted. And they're calling for stronger protection against imports, especially when local food is rotting in fields. At the Agriculture Ministry, Minister Floyd Green admits there is a glut and says help is on the way.
We are embarking on a series of targeted farmers market commencing this Friday across the entire island for the next few weeks, where RADA and our JS networks will work together to expand market access and support direct farmer to consumer sales. In fact, we are putting in a strategy to provide logistics support, which means transportation support to help the farmers get to the farmers market so that they can sell these excess items.
Additionally, the ministry through RADA will be engaging agro-processors to absorb excess production and finalize a new buyback program and improve storage. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
Yes, Colleen, the minister has been testifying in a murder trial for 2 days. The big war between Catty Pike and you Wildman yesterday. I think it's possible about the questioning of the key witness, which is the Minister of Agriculture. So we'll see how that case pans out. You understand, Jamaica, say it's over for we do. Because I would have video you be again. Let me look. Hold on there. Oh, this is I think that's the Rockfort Depot. But just let us remind you, at the state of health in our country where we are battling with, from ministry to health personnel, while we money get stolen left, right, and center, and all we can hear about, we're going to put a committee in place to do this. A committee. How a committee are going to stop Dr. Tufton from thief? sorry then, if we have a big integrity commission, if we have MOCA, if we have FID and all of the galang in them, you think one toto dege community I got tap Christopherton fan thief? Christopherton where a thief funny in-law them fan day one. Christopherton where we kick Christopherton out of Southwest St. Elizabeth see in corruption and in fraud and just take him up and put back pan way again for bleed with dry and kill way off at the same time. And Christopherton imply a butcher put at the head of health and teaching in our medical teaching in our country. Ask the Governor General what they do to him, even though they should have a little bit worse to him. But ask the Governor General what Carl Bruce, how Carl Bruce and Ivor Crandon hatch him up.
Imagine the man drop down, you know, and not even security them. But did they gate and give people tough talk about them can't come out through gate and this and that. The man they walk over a man and go about them business left a man alone. Walk over a man. Mr. Tufton, what kind of system you run in a Spanish town? Mr. Tufton, you need to lift off of your IC and come a Spanish Town Hospital, address your workers them. Or else Jamaica go start rebel and start bust gunshot in your people them head. And when you hear man attack them thing, I don't want to feel like a joke. Mr. Tufton, Jamaica, we start rebel like 80 and the whole around have to run way out of the country. And that you don't want Jamaicans to start though? Eh? Wanna tell me honest truth. That you know want Jamaicans to start up, start rebel and start bust gunshot off on the nurse and doctor them. What do Mr. Tufton? You need to get up off on the IC and start address blood clot health sector them more better than this year. Right there so beside the lady there, a man did it with a nurse, with our family member. Did it so. And now when the man drop down and are dead, at that the time the nurse and doctor, everybody a run come. And I come go and like say, yeah, them a do something. And when the man did sit down long, nobody now look on him. Eh? See security boy there. You see when the man drop, and you don't even look on the man. Imagine. And you say you work in a hospital as security. Yo, Mr. Tufton, you need to get the thing underneath. Better organization, you hear? All right. Our Jamaicans are start rebel. And when Jamaicans start rebel and start bust gunshot in on the doctor them head, who no can't say nothing. Oh.
Now, let me make it clear that we do not support any violence against our healthcare workers. Not for one moment. Not for one moment. Not even the thought of it. But if you want to set up our politicians at a shooting range, I mean, you're learning to shoot, aren't you? But when you realize where we are with Jamaica, when you realize that we goose cook, we are stuck with what we have. Because, look like we are going to say enough is enough. We are going to push back or we are going to have alternative ways.
I have one other comment, which is not on the content of the bill.
Hold on. But is of biffling and baffling through the system. Because what we have at the moment is politicians stealing at will. We cannot get the service for the budget where we disburse on a yearly basis. So what do you think is going to happen? It's going to come to a head one day. It is literally going to come to a head one day. Because what we have now is not sustainable in the long term. The rate of stealing in government, the way they think we're still fool, the way they're talking to us like we have no understanding of where we are and what is happening. When a minister can come tell us, say, 800 in an era where you have touch typists and you're having these big meetings. I mean, shorthand notes writer, them people that still exist. I mean, you have the people them with bang, bang, bang on the keyboard. Or you can get the shorthand type. And you mean all these things are lost? So this government does not understand how to store anything in the cloud. It's the same prime minister that is telling us about preparing ourselves for a digital society in a hardcover. Hey, don't make a cuss, sir. Don't make a cuss with a digital society in a hardcover book and invoice paper this morning. Because so what? You go get the rat them for all with the digital society too. Because the thief in one do you know, in a digital society, you go get catch, because even if you fix the thing them in a digital world, there's a footprint. All them backhanded procurement won't do. Give on a friend the contract and secure whatever it is first. Then after the thing is done, you go have a bid pan paper, make it look like you do something to pull a wool over the Auditor General eye. This is the level of crime. This is why nothing. Hey, sir, you see, if you want somebody to shoot at her, you see the Ministry of Health, technocrats and bureaucrats. You see the technocrats and bureaucrats across the ministries of government. We can put them on the shooting range as well. These are the people who facilitate the corruption. These are the people at the behest of the minister and the permanent secretary and the financial controller that does the swindling and the embezzlement of your money. These are the people that do not prepare the documentation where they prepare or prepare fake documentation after the fact to pull a wool over with eye after the whole of them chip off the money and share it up between them. This is a big criminal organization, my peeps, right across the entire government. This is why so much money is missing in every department. They can't account for the money because these technocrats and bureaucrats, we often, well, you say them come for me, Lord God. We often go after the politician them. The politician them alone, me tell you, Jamaica, politician alone cannot steal so much. Politician alone cannot steal so much on their own. It's a conglomerate, a syndicate of them that on a yearly basis, their job is to see how much they can swindle out of that annual budget. Why you think we cannot, for 10, 13 years, get any appropriations account? Why you think rat jar them way? Why you think cockroach shit pan them? Why you think hurricane blow them way? Because if these technocrats and bureaucrats spend the time doing what we pay them handsomely for, our money would be protected and we wouldn't see value of the money. A lot of these technocrats and bureaucrats are becoming millionaire out of way as well because they might get a touch. They are getting a touch out of the swindle. Remember, so them can't move them so easy. to record. No, man. You see, the bureaucrats and the technocrats, they can be removed in a country with governance system. When you're not performing as a chief executive or a financial controller, the organization will remove you. But these people, we have no rules or no procedures will govern anything in the higher echelons of society or the more powerful lot. We don't have no system of governance or the procedures that would apply on a normal level don't apply anymore. This is not a patty shop, because you have to join a queue at Juicy Beef. You have to join a queue at Juicy Beef. This is a bend-down market we're operating as a government in our country. We are operating a bend-down market. The Jamaica Labour Party have a delectation for corruption. They have a yearning desire. It's like if you even try to stop them from being corrupt, the side effect of it probably kill them, because it's all they know. People for thief, but not so. And Almighty God, when thief are thief, thief try for thief, for you say, you know, jar out piece of this thing. You remember, hey, and your oldness. You remember when we do drink out, we mother syrup and tap up the bottle with water for mama to say the syrup go down. No. Are you full your hand of ketchup and add like water and the ketchup and shake back up for nobody not say, yeah, eat out the ketchup? Why, oh boy? No, sir. Jamaica, it's our fault. It's our fault. It is not their fault, believe you me. And I tell you why. We have never shunned them. No matter how thief they is, no matter how corrupt they are, no matter how wicked they are, no matter how they turn their back on us after election day, when they come again, we receive them happily, gladly, and we take the feather off the fowl, the beak, the tripe, but never a share of what they put on their table. No, no, no. You understand why we love cow foot, chicken back, cow tripe, pig foot, pig tail, kangaroo tail, drunkard neck. Do you understand? Because we were never meant to come to their table. The chimmins and the choppings. Have we far removed from the chimmins and the choppings of the plantation? Have we been far removed from the chimmins and choppings? You know, this cow skin they give us, or the cow foot, or the cow tail, but never the steak. Oh no. Oh no. The pitchy-patchyism that Isaac Buchanan spoke about yesterday, I don't know what Dalrymple was on about, but Parliament, this government, and not even say Parliament, because Parliament used to run in our country one time. Parliament in our country used to operate one time. You know, the time when people stand up and war and call one another, say, come, we go to the door. Yeah, them time they went Parliament, their work. The mother Hebad and the father Crow. The mother Hebad and the father Crow will control the parliament now. Don't for. Debbie, you just turn up. I wonder if you got a rum bar last night. Like somebody, low globally, someone got a rum bar last night, man. Kind of wake up late, because me got bed late and me wake up early. So someone must got a rum bar last night. But after the criminal organization that Dr. Dawes explained to us last night, and we are fully aware that that criminal organization does not only operate in the Ministry of Health and whatsoever falls under the Ministry of Health. This is the practice across government, local and central. This is why our money can never be accounted for. This is why we never get service for our money. Before it can get to spend, it was been swindled. So we're telling Flight Green this morning, lift up your mother's skirt, because those $870 million worth of notes for procurement and contract that has gone missing, they must have been blown, Minister, in some peculiar places. Piece of bullshit.
I have one other comment, which is not on the content of the bill, but is more on the legislative process. And this has been triggered by my experience with this bill. So when I received the bill, when it was tabled last week, it was in long form, and it's an amending bill. I wanted to see the principal act, to see what was being changed, because on reading the bill in isolation, you have no idea of what it's doing or what it's saying. I tried on Parliament's website to find a complete copy, up-to-date copy of the Financial Administration Audit Act, or even of the legislation that had introduced this fund. Neither the bill that did that, nor the act that resulted when that bill was passed were available on Parliament's website. And Mr. Speaker, I must complain about the management of the website of Parliament in relation to legislation. It is not being kept current. I looked on it, there was one act for 2025 on the website of Parliament, and the 2024 did not.
While the little thief in big head wharf dog gal did it, just a thief. Because she responsible for the administration of Parliament. But all they do, if you notice, we need to change job description in our country. We need to put active thieves and corruption on the job description. We can't employ people with integrity in our country. We need to change what we're employing. It's time for us to start employing thieves. Then we will understand. So we know for quarrel.
Have the Financial Administration Amendment Act 2024, which is a legislation that introduced this fund into our law. I checked on the Ministry of Justice's website. It's not there. Because the Ministry of Justice's website only has the revised laws of Jamaica on it, and that the revised laws, colleagues, are the laws that result when the Acts of Parliament go through a law revision process, which the law revision commissioners oversee a process that is a technical process, that is to make sure that what goes into the revised laws is an accurate statement of the law, because so many of the legislation that we pass are amending. So you're changing this and changing that, and it's almost like creating a puzzle and making sure all the pieces of the puzzle are properly configured in the amending pages. So they haven't reached 2024 yet. So you can't find any legislation on the Ministry of Justice's website for 2024, much less 2025 or 2026. So I was at a loss. So I had to reach out to the Ministry of Finance and to the Office of Parliamentary Counsel and they very kindly were able to provide me with the 2024 Amendment Act, which has enabled me to make this presentation here today. This is not good enough, Mr. Speaker. Our laws are important. Access to our laws are fundamental to the rule of law in the country. And I really think we need to do better.
Here, why this issue that Mark Golden has raised is important. In a matter of the law, our ignorance of the law is not a defense. The law, as well as per the rule of law, must be accessible and available to all. Now, if the law exists and it doesn't publish to us, how then, though, will the justice system be able to say to us, ignorance of the law is not a defense? But that same piece of law that the courts will be saying to you, you haven't got a defense in your ignorance. But it's not widely published to the country. Even legislators are not aware of it or have to go into deep diving to find it. Do you understand the problem what we have in our country? Government, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is a constitutional breakdown because we have handed over our country to one family. This is a constitutional breakdown. Now, you have the three arms of government: the executive controlled by Andrew Holness, the legislature controlled by Juliet Holness, and the judiciary controlled by Brian Sykes. Do you understand that the two first arm of government is not functioning? The government is in chaos, lawlessness. It's a rogue criminal regime. And then you have a slapdash, slappy-tidy bully regime of a legislature. You don't understand the breakdown in our country under this family regime where we take up. And then we're so happy with it. Make my golden finish, because the predicament where we in as a country, only when the shit all the way up when it was, can I hit the fan already now? The shit hit the fan, but because the shit not swell up to we nose, we're still walking at the pure.
And the necessary human or other resources need to be put in place to ensure that the website of Parliament has all bills and all acts that have been passed or tabled or passed in this Parliament on a current basis. Too often, I have to be emailing Parliament and they tell me it's not yet done, and it is a chaotic and chaka-chaka system of running the Parliament and the legislative side of it.
Dance to the rhythm, chaka chaka. No, sir. Andrew, I sat so on a pitchy patchy. I'm out goal and say on a chaka chaka.
I had to raise that today.
Pitchy patchy and chaka.
Mr. Speaker,
no,
because
I some big insult level at Uno yesterday. Pitchy patchy and chaka chaka. No, sir.
I think, these are not resource constrained things. This is just a question of putting a little bit of effort and priority behind it because it is important. And it is very important that we do that.
Pitchy patchy and chaka chaka. Well, the people of Jamaica love the pitchy patchy and chaka chaka because it's quite much how both political campaign run how both political organization run. So the pitchy patchy and the chaka chaka, the Jamaica people them used to it and them love it. Them love it. Look, oh, the election cycle where they did euphoric. Look how the election cycle the other day was euphoric. And now, hey, me shame. Shame a kill me. Me shame. Jamaica people, we have an insatiable delectation for poverty. We desire poverty. We crave it. We seek poverty as a pleasure. Barring so, we wouldn't have placed these people on a pedestal. After what the Anti-Wholeness regime have stolen from us, you know, the drunken sailor babies of St. Elizabeth, Flag Green, and Christopherton, the people of St. Elizabeth should have never chosen back Flag Green, Southwest St. Elizabeth. The people of Jamaica should have never chosen back Anti-Wholeness government, but they did. How much more are you prepared to lose in blood and finances? Remember, I told you before the general election, if you give the Prime Minister another 5 years, will your son make it through that 5 years? That question have been answered over 20 times already this year. And we have a far, 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 far way to go. And we put ourselves in this position. Politicians did not impose their self on us. We chose them willingly and gladly. Even for a t-shirt and $5,000 two-piece and chips. We chose them. Whether it be for fertilizer or a bit of findle around the corner, we chose them. So don't go on like I said. We don't have a role in the bullshit that has been served up to us. That's why we eat the bullshit so gladly. That's why we eat the bullshit so gladly, because we help to prepare it. So when them serve it up to us, you're hungry, you have to eat bullshit. I saw it go. So if you don't want to eat it, stop prepare it. If you don't want to eat the bullshit, stop preparing it. Because when you prepare it, they have nothing else to serve you up with, you idiots. Jamaicans, do you all understand that we as a country, we as a people, we're useful idiots? For politicians, of course. We're useful idiots for politicians. We are there to make them feel powerful, to make them feel humanly worthy. And multi-billionaire, useful mother heifers we are as a people, all of us. Even those of you who say you do not vote. Not only the tribal baby them, you know. And not the tribal baby them alone are the problem. You who refuse to engage in the system, and then you turn around and complain, you useful idiots. What are you complaining about? You said, me not in a Labour, me not in a PNP, no, in it, whichever one of them which was a circle. What are you complaining about then? Did you try to make a difference? Useful idiots. They use you to get rich. They use you to feel powerful. And then they turn around and sexually abuse you. And some of you are happy with it because I'm in the big van of power. Lord, Jamaica, if I go to come to one with a wet rag, you see. If I figure come to one with a wet rag, someone would wake out of that deep sleep. Wanna just sit down and catch up in us, so like there's something there where titillate, you know. Always a fool. Oh, we so fool. How we so fool? Because I have to fool, we fool. We and the Americans are what the foolish set of bullshit you can think of. Because the American re-elected Donald Trump. And we re-elected Andrew Holness. And now look at us. Two stupid heifers of the Western Hemisphere. But to kick sideways for a minute. The emergence of the rogue element or the excessive rogue element of Donald Trump. I'm not sure the world was prepared for the second coming of Donald Trump. But for sure, Europe, U-R-O-P-E up, never prepare for the catawire where Donald have one in a right now. NATO is on the brink of breaking. The Trumpism and the colonization of Europe hasten on the calamity. What is Donald Trump waiting for? We have lands in Greenland, Donald Trump. You can take as far as Britain if you want to. I mean, you said it right. All it was, they turn up in a boat. It's not theirs. They just turn up in a boat and own it. As per international law back then, Donald Trump, because you don't recognize international law since 1945 to now. So going beyond 1945, it's how it used to be. You jump in your boat and you get your guns and you go and claim it. Donald Trump, the Donald, is back. America. When you hear they say America is back, it is what that means. The gunboat diplomacy. My gun, my boat, and the ownership of your resources. Unite or perish, you useful idiots. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on Global TV. Lovely to have your support, as always. If you want to continue to give away your power, stay in silence, you fools. Anyway, join us back tonight for the people's point of view. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and cry. And do the righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away. Put time away again. Listen. Yeah. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night, we gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare we the way. Prepare we the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.